For over 3 years, I rode Greyhound buses throughout the United States, while observing enough stories for its own book. One of the most fascinating was the continuing adventures of a dog in Oklahoma. While I have written 16 different story segments about her, I will share a few of them here. The first time I met Brittany, we had stopped to fuel the hound and saw an amazing sight. A female pit bull sat down by the door of the bus and welcomed the riders with a very, very sad expression. A few felt sorry for her, even though she looked pretty healthy, and bought her a cheeseburger and chicken breast. She waited by the door until we started to leave, and then trotted on to the next bus. Oh, no. Yes, there are con artists and actors in the animal kingdom, too. The second time I saw Brittany, due to a rainstorm, the bus had parked under an awning at the truck stop. Our walk overwalks the famous pit bull terrier actress. I asked her for an interview, and she replied that nothing in life is free. After wolfing down a hot dog, she shared her story. A long-time pit bull companion told her that he loved her and would never leave. 6 puppies later, he left her after all for a poodle. Continuing on, she told me that the gas station convenience store gig was a good one. In a few more months, her pups would be grown, and then she would revisit her options. At the end of that interview, Brittany inquired if the Greyhound model with the picture used on the side of the buses was available. It's a dog's life. On another occasion, Brittany had her teen daughter with her. She had recently started to teach each pup the trade as part of her retirement plan. I asked her if she invested in the stock market, bonds, mutual funds, or real estate. She told me she was putting all her eggs in kids' baskets. Her reasoning was that within a year, her 6 pups would each have families of their own. And within several generations, the growth would be exponential. The pack would then pan out and cover truck stops, grocery stores, shopping centers, etc. Brittany thought that at some point they might even incorporate and do an IPO. Now that is a smart entrepreneur. Last year when I saw Brittany, she had resumed her position at the bus door after the hound rolled in. I greeted her and asked how she was doing. She reminded me that she never liked to talk on an empty stomach. 2 hot dogs later, she shared that her son Larry had run off with one of those exotic Afghan dogs. She had talked to all the pups until she was blue in the face about staying within the pack for their mates. Brittany told me that her son took one whiff of the Afghan's perfume and he was gone. She said the Afghan was a real bleep for scrambling her son's mind like that. I replied that she had to learn to let go. She growled something under her breath. Brittany also said that recently she'd been questioned by the news media if she was named after the famous American rocker. She replied that her dad was a famous British staffisher, and since she was a female, Brittany was the only name her parents considered. She quipped that while she had been around the block a time or two, she was taught as a pup to always live modestly, well under the radar. After this, Brittany trotted over to the next bus. This was my latest encounter with Brittany. Me. How have you been, old friend? I think our friendship is going on 21 years. Dog years, that is. Brittany. Well, Tom, you certainly haven't forgotten that a great conversation always follows after a delicious meal. So after Brittany downed the 2 chicken breasts and a bottle of water that I bought her, the conversation continued. Brittany. There are 3 generations of my family now, Tony. We cover every truck stop in Texas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. Additionally, one son and I started a foundation to allow street dogs down on their luck to join our great panhandling business. Me. How's the new healthcare program going to affect your business, Brittany? Brittany. Well, I figure that per dog per month it's going to cost us 3 chicken breasts, 2 hot dogs, and a slice of bologna. Speaking of bologna, your Congress is loaded. Me. Aren't you pretty much retired? I was surprised to still find you here. Well, I've been reading the writings of Warren Buffett's dog. I think we're going to go national in the near future. Your Chihuahua Galan, who's been in my employ for a while now, told me you were headed to New York. I wanted to see if you will do our business development and help us go national, just like you helped those other great companies. Me. Well, considering that many corporations have really gone to the dogs in this dog-eat-dog world, I might just take you up on your offer, Brittany. Dogs are certainly more loyal and honest. Let's talk again on my return trip from NYC. Brittany. You'd better get going, Tony. I see the Greyhound is still yanking your chain. Me, well, bus transport has definitely gotten to the dog, Brittany. I hope to see Brittany singing on another of my Greyhound travels.